For the first time since 2019, the Warriors have booked their ticket to the finals. Their 6th in 8 seasons. The team's big three look for a 4th career championship, having won 21 of their 23 playoff series under Coach Steve Kerr. As this dynasty continues, here's Draymond Green.
No one has proven they can beat us yet when we're whole, and that is still the case. So, never doubt what we're capable of. We don't chase wins during the regular season. We chase improvement during the regular season. When you do that and you're constantly improving throughout the year, you give yourself an opportunity to be in the position that we're in now.
I think what makes us special is we always knew we had championship DNA. Maybe the pieces didn't fit the first 2 years, but everything we did from practice to preparation was all championship based. And these guys have so much experience and so much knowledge that they're willing to share, and it really helps.
You have to have that competitive spirit and fire in a way that we just find ways to win games, especially in the playoffs when it matters the most. And we talked about it at the beginning of the Denver series, like we had no clue really how it was going to shape out, but you can build off of the experience that we've had over the last 10+ years.
It takes a special group of talented young men to really put themselves and their agendas aside and do it as a whole and as a team, because, I always think about this John Wooden quote. He said, "It's amazing what a team can do when nobody cares who gets the credit," and I genuinely feel that way about our team.
And I want complete honesty here. Who among us thought the Warriors dynasty was over? All right, Coach? All right.
Hey. And I'm still shocked, Zeke, when I see them, a 6-6 and under basically team out there, and the thing that's amazing to me that I love when you watch them play is pure basketball. Yeah. It's passing, it's cutting, it's moving, it's playing without the ball, it's reading the defense. When I set a back screen, we're reading the defense. All the things that you and I grew up playing, how we played, that's how they play. No more 3 guys on one side. No more everybody, all they run is pick and roll. Mm-hmm. You think about it. Golden State is not a pick and roll team. And so they just beat you playing basketball. You never know where the ball going. They read and react. And that's the thing that's so tough to guard, because when you go down and you look at the scouting report and you're trying to figure out what plays they call. No, if you don't understand basketball and the concept of basketball, pass and cut and move and read screens, then you can't play against them, because that's all they're doing.
And it's constant. How significant, though, Zeke, is championship experience when it comes to advancing to a final series?
It's extremely important, the experience part. But to me, what's really, what's the word I'm looking for, that you want to give them a big pat on the back for, is their perseverance, right? When everybody thought that it was over, and I'm sure there were some times when they themselves as players, as an organization, thought that, hey, it's over. But, they stayed with it. They stayed with Clay, right, when he was injured. They stayed with Steph, when he was injured. Draymond, when he was injured. They went through a lot. And, the winner is not always the most skilled person. The winner usually is the last man standing.
Yeah, the most determined.
Yeah, the one who's got the perseverance and the determination to say, I'm going to weather it all. I'm going to stand up. And, hey, we may not be the best team, right? We may not be the best players. I may not jump the highest or run the fastest, but guess what? Damn, I'm the only one here. So I won, right? That's the Warriors.
The trophy that's still up for grabs, and I don't just mean the championship trophy, I mean finals MVP, the one thing missing from Steph's resume?
Yeah, I think now, when you think about his other championships, it was Andre Iguodala that stole it from him. Then when Kevin Durant was there, he got all the limelight. Now, if you look at all the things that Steph has accomplished, back-to-back MVPs in the league. He's done everything. Won championships, but put his stamp on what? That MVP trophy of the finals. And look, it's right there for him. He knows one thing. We don't know who they're going to play, but one thing Steph Curry knows is come game one, he's going to be out there.
I mean, you compete, with your team, and you can compete as a team. But then there are also individual goals and accomplishments that you may have a shot at, you know, and I'll just go back to LeBron James. Like LeBron James right now in this era is the only one who is playing for, damn, I might be the greatest to ever do it.
Think about that.
Right?
Yes.
So I'm going to go for this, right? Steph Curry right now saying, you know, I haven't been the finals MVP. So, you know what? I got a chance to do it.
Yeah.
So individually, you gear up and you go for it. Now, those who say, well, you shouldn't go for it, you shouldn't do that way, those are the people who never had a chance to really put your stamp on it and say, I'm the best.
Yeah.
Right?
See, let's be honest. They're going to need him to play like an MVP because whoever they play between those two teams,
Right.
they are good and they're tough defensively. So they're going to need him to play like an MVP to bring that trophy home.
But my very favorite thing he said, and
that made him so effective in the game.
Coach, what about the Heat defense, though, was enough to limit the Celtics in Boston?
Well, I think, look, Boston had 5 or 6 guys score double figures. They were moving the ball, getting good shots. It's just that Miami just kept that pressure on in others. And to Zeke's point, Jimmy Butler was just unguardable tonight. You look at Al and the way they spread the ball, but Jimmy Butler was all over the place. I mean, if you look at the stat sheet, he put a check in every single box. And then, Zeke, I just think, for all the things you said are true, I just think he felt better tonight. Those legs, that knee. He had life tonight. He had pop. He was bouncy. In the games before, he was dragging that leg. He didn't have no lift. He was missing layups. But you know how it is, man. This late into the season, Wayne Emery used to say this all the time. If you're going to depend on a three-point shot this late after a 100-plus game on them legs, man, you got to have other ways to score. You think about it. Jimmy Butler in this series, when he gets in from 17 feet in, he's been lethal.
Yeah.
He has been efficient. He knows what he wants to do. And you and I sitting here saying, with the way that everybody else is struggling for Miami to shoot the ball, why would you not double team Jimmy Butler, especially when he had 14 in the first quarter?
Yeah. You got to turn the water off quick. and they let it keep going, and then it turned into a flood.
But you also mentioned Kyle Lowry and Max Strus, big buckets when it mattered most. How important was their contribution?
Lowry's contribution was extremely important, and here's why. Because the last game, he had 0. Listen to me when I say this. He had 0 in the last game, and not only did he have 0, but they were killing Kyle Lowry on the radio and every place else. Now, this is what we love about Lowry. He's a champion, and what he came out and said is, I'm going to have some more bad playoff games. The last one is not going to be the only time that I play bad, but tonight, guess what? I'm going to play good. And he stepped up and he played, you know, one of the best games that he's played for Miami in a crucial situation. So, you know, I thought the shots that Lowry made when he made them were very timely because those were shots that you needed to stop the run from coming, and he was able to knock them down and give Butler a rest.
And Zeke, all the other